What is your artistic vision on this building?
Huh?
Never mind. It's Raincraft time, and most importantly, time to look at the presidential building. If you didn't see it already, watch the last episode, otherwise this is going to make no sense.
Alright, well, this. You don't even know what the shape is. Now, come here.
Oh, that. Oh my.
Fly up.
I feel like it's a little bit. Like, I think it needs some edging of some kind, but
Nope,
that's
I
pretty
like it.
great.
The top is not done.
Yeah, the
And
top
we might
definitely
change
needs
up the lighting
details.
RC because it's Raincraft. Or we might remove it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit off center
absolutely.
too. But...
Yeah, it's not supposed to be centered.
Oh.
It's supposed to be on the side. Yeah, but
Pretty
this is
great.
currently the top floor will be the presidential office. There'll be like all sorts of like tubes and like venting and stuff at this top and a little like antenna. The press conference room, haven't decided what floor. There'll be some guest rooms. There'll be a vault room, which I want you to build a redstone door for because it's a giant skyscraper.
Yeah, heck, why don't we just slowly turn the entire shopping district into just a city with different shops yeah.
Now you finally get my vision. What I was so excited about.
And it's such an original vision too.
I know. I love skylines. I've always said that we need to have a
Yeah.
skyline, and everybody.
Like obviously if everything could have its own themed thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and my library. And all these little shops.
Yeah, like the library. It's just a library.
We'll just add sidewalks and roads and cars.
Yeah.
And where there's empty spaces, because we don't have a big enough server that's not going to end up like Hermitcraft, where every square inch of the shop
Yeah, definitely
is
not.
full of shops.
I'd hope we can do that one day, but
We'll have empty city blocks, and we can always give people the lease to a building where they can just use that building that's already there to build
yeah.
a shop in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you're actually understanding my original vision for the
yeah.
shopping district.
Just the idea, it's so original. this is why you need to make videos. I guess streaming is enough, but
and people who are better at interior design, I would be happy to build the shell and give them the reins to build the interiors. But for this one, I'm gonna take care of the entire presidential building and finish up the important rooms like the conference room and the lobby and the stairs and all that stuff today, and probably terraform on this side because it's looking pretty ugly.
Yeah.
For myself.
Well,
and maybe I will just have it kind of come down and then a big tunnel. I think that the tunnel is.
Think nothing. We will plan later. So, thank you for bringing excitement.
Back to the server. That's kind of been done.
Yes, I will.
This is why we need a fresh start, fresh ideas.
Yes,
and something to bring people back.
Yes,
and
I
worry,
will.
there will be access to the roof so people can view everything from the roof.
Yes, I will. See you later. So with that, we are going to have a press conference where we, question all of the candidates, and they'll give us their main ideas and, well, their generalized plan. But before that, that's probably going to take most of the episode, so I should probably do some work on my base. Now, for my base, it's not super defined right now, but I want to have it be somewhat secure. And to be honest, I actually kind of took Among Us as a little bit of a reference to this. I want to have it kind of like a futuristic white concrete, I don't know, some kind of like crew area or something, I don't know, but I want to have lots of rooms and then a control room and things to keep the place safe. I'll have some very little exit doors, like maybe one right here that's controlled from the control panel, and then I'll also have some kind of keycard reader right here, so you can only get in if you go in through the door, and then you can close it behind you so no one else can get in. So to do that, first thing I need to do is extend this hallway, finish the beacon room, and maybe build a control room right around here. Right, the beacon room is done. I tried adding a little bit of those little stripe thingies, but it didn't really look too right, so we're just going to stick with a plain old box. And after some work, we've now got a little cross T-path here and the control room, which I haven't detailed the outside of yet. I will do that later. And on the inside, it's also just a box. But I'm not really going to work on this today because, well, I don't really actually have much to connect it to, So I'd be building that, and then this episode will end up about 40 minutes long, so we'll do that in the next one maybe. But anyways, I've gotten word that it's time for this, well, it's time for a press conference.
Okay, welcome to the 2020 election press conference. So today we've got 3 candidates speaking, if the third one will show up, and they're going to be giving their speeches or whatever they're going to say. This will be a chance for people to figure out what the candidates stand for, what they're going to be doing, what they will bring to the shopping district, and anything else that they want the people to know before they vote for them. This will be a good opportunity to select a potential candidate to vote for, and hopefully the voting will take place next Monday. There will be ballots set up in the entryway of this building on the first floor. They should be pretty close to the nether portal, and there will be an announcements board for advertisements and other things that people would like to say during the election, whether it's maps, campaign posters, anything like that. So that's all the general announcements. So today, to be respectful to the candidates, please keep your mic muted while they're speaking. There will be a designated question time at the end, just to make sure that we give them the respect that they deserve and their full attention as they're giving their presentations. All right. So I will say that we have our 3 presidential candidates today. We have Revan Lift, Cyborg Ducky, and Rodude 59. So we are going to start with the closest to me. Rodude, I'm going to have you come up and take the stage. Make sure.
I have to start first?
Yeah, you're going to go first. Cool. So remember, people be respectful, mute your mics while they are talking, and yeah, let's get started.
Oh, all right. So I'm running for president. First, I'd like to start by thanking you all for coming today. As a nice little thank you, on your way out today, you can come over here and grab a diamond block from the barrel, because generosity rules. Okay,
I like
guys.
bribery.
Hey, keep your mic muted. Okay, I have a lot of great ideas for building the nice community in the shopping district that people actually enjoy to be in. Because right now, not everything doesn't really fit together well, and it's kind of trashy. Also in the community center, I was thinking I would put emergency food and rocket dispensers. I think we've all been through that, where you get to the shopping district or wherever you're going, you're like, crap, I forgot my ender chest, or I don't have rockets in my ender chest, and you're out of rockets. So there'd be emergency food and rocket dispensers. I would also be in charge of decorating for holidays, make it nice and fun. I was thinking the shopping district would be a no PvP zone unless declared by both of the people who want to PvP, because after we make it kind of industrialized, it might be fun to have some combat, but that would be organized. And if you did PvP, like if you did attack someone without their permission, there would be a fine.
I'm better at answering questions than
no one
speeches.
Okay.
Are you even going to do anything for the shopping district?
Yeah. What are your plans for the shopping district? I heard that you wanted to build my soul sand highways throughout the
Those
entire
would be
shopping
pretty
district.
ugly. What are your plans to make them
no.
pretty?
Nate, you
I
interrupted
have
me.
a wool farm. We can add wool on top of them, and then make them pretty.
You'll be a president of the people.
So if I'm president, I know the struggles, and I can change things quicker than he can.
So what you're saying is you'll be like Andrew Jackson.
Who sucked?
You don't sound like you have much of a plan once you become president.
My plan.
Do you have
is
like
get
any
other people's
immediate
plan.
actions you are gonna do to improve the server?
You mean shopping district? And
Yeah.
I'm thinking of maybe making a ender pearl station. The same thing as Rowan, because it was my original idea, but I didn't want to say anything.
What is that idea?
Would it?
A
what is it?
weekly tax of a certain amount, or actually it's a little bit different.
A
things, I
tax
guess.
of players or businesses?
Businesses.
Okay.
Well, your original idea was players. What Rowan had talked about introducing was a potential income tax. For every X amount of diamonds, you have to pay one diamond.
Are stupid.
Yeah,
Well,
personally,
then how would what if players went broke? It's easier to take a tax
so-
off of what they make so that they never go broke, because then you're not going to have any tax.
Because if it's a weekly tax on businesses, if that business isn't making money for say my gold shop, people buy from it not very often. I keep
Same
it
thing with
stocked.
iron. It's not
Yeah.
a consistent business.
It's not a
but
consistent.
It works.
Yeah, so if
There's
you're
different
taxing
levels
that,
of income.
Okay.
it's gonna lose money.
Here's what would happen. You wouldn't lose the land, but you would lose the rights to the land.
I will go get him.
No, I kind of
Yeah.
decided that I can't govern over anything if I'm.
If you
I
lose
mean,
a million
you
blocks
could.
away.
You don't necessarily. That's kind of the point of jobs too. Is if you hire a good group of people, you don't even have to be here. You can just do it over
No,
calls.
I think
But
the president should be very involved.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
better
that would
look
be
to
more
be
fun.
here. So yeah, with that meeting over, I've definitely gotten somewhat of an idea of who I'm gonna vote for. But again, this isn't the final decision. This is the first meeting, the first ideas out. So you really can't tell by now. But if you didn't hear through that, or if I forgot to add the clip, I am Rodude's campaign manager. So some fun projects are coming in the future for that. Anyways, now that's over, I've got one last thing I want to do, and it was actually kind of random last episode. I realized I was watching over the video and I realized it was kind of random. I didn't really give any context for the villagers, but yeah, so me and Crescent at the beginning of the season, we'd actually planned on having a combined bookshop, and as you guys have probably seen, that bookshop is out here, and I have nothing to do with it because I decided I really don't have a need to deal with that, but I told him that I would still help him build the villager hall and breeder, so long as I have access to use it whenever I need. And yeah, so I made the breeder, now we gotta make the hall. So yeah, as you guys saw in the clip, I sent them all through a zombification round. Actually, I sent them through the zombification round twice, but they are all in place, and their trades are ridiculously cheap. And yes, literally the only reason I put upbeat music in the background of the time-lapse was because the only other noise was villagers getting brutally murdered. And I forgot how overpowered villagers are. Like, when you get them down to 1 emerald a book in a book for a enchanted book, it is just such an overpowered thing to have in the game. But as power comes with responsibility, or I don't know, it's just hard to get power or something, I underestimated it again. This episode was supposed to come out probably about a day or two ago. Well, actually, from the time I record this clip, it'll be in like 2 days, but I had planned for it to come out earlier. Because I thought this was going to take about an hour. I really thought it was going to take about an hour, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on what the trades I get and how lucky I am. It ended up taking about 6 hours the first day, and another 4 the next day. Okay, maybe that's a bit exaggerated, but the point is I ended up being here for hours on end, but it is all worth it in the end, because I'm never going to have to do this again in the entire season, and, well, yeah, it's a permanent food source for me, and that's really all I actually needed it for, but we had to make the books for Crescent, so yeah. And finally, before we go for the end of this episode, it's time for today's random side quest. So you guys have seen this box before. It's my extra shulkers and elytras. That's not all that's in it anymore. Yeah, so I got news that Revan was going to the end for some dragon's breath, and I said, hey, could I come with? And he said, sure. Apparently he only brought about a stack. I brought about 15 stacks of bottles. We've got a lot of dragon's breath now, and I think I'm actually going to make a quick little shop and sell most of this, if not all, because I really don't need any lingering potions. And I'm going to make that shop now, and I'm going to take down the old random diamond gear shop because, well, It was actually out of stock. I have plenty more from my 7-hour end raid, or whatever that was the other day. But I want to keep it. I don't really know. I feel like it'll be cool on armor stands or something. But point is, there wasn't any more stock in this shop because I gave most of it away to people who needed, because no one was really buying it, and it's cheap and I didn't really need it anyways, so why not be nice? But the point is, we're actually going to replace this with pink and white glass, maybe a little bit of magenta, because it'll look more like a dragon's breath color, and then we'll just replace it for that. And I completely goofed up. That's an end shop. I can't put that on the netherrack. That'd be illegal. Either way, though, I still do need to take down this shop because there's really no point in having it up anymore. So there we go. It is all gone, and we're going to go ahead and build that over here. And again, goofed up. I don't even need to build anything. I have the Dragon's Nest shop right here. It is literally, like, it is self-explanatory. This is where I'm selling it. No questions asked. I don't need to build something new. Right, there we go. That's done. 16 for a diamond. I feel like that's a fair price. I mean, that means 16 times that you can brew sets of 3 potions. I'd say that's a good deal. I mean, considering how annoying it is to get, I mean, it takes a pretty decent amount, really, to get Dragon's Breath from the dragon. It took probably about a half hour in total to get all of the Dragon's Breath I did, but I've got a bunch of extras now, and yeah, I can always restock later in the future. And with that, we're going to end the episode here in this building that seems to have popped up overnight. I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, I saw it getting started to build, but this thing came up quick. But regardless of that, point is, I've been told this thing is going to be somewhat of like a casino or something, because, you know, why not? Gambling is fun, right? But other notes on it. The build palette, I have never seen this build palette before. It's nether brick and white concrete. It's a really bold palette, but I mean, I like it. So with that, we're going to end the episode. As always, please do consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys later. And every YouTuber has their own little unique goodbye message. I think I found mine. I really like that one. Also, other thing, no, I didn't die when I fell. And I don't really like this whole style of having the black screen at the end talking. I started to realize it's cool, but it doesn't really fit my needs, so I think next time I'm gonna make an end screen or something to where it ends at the see you later. But yeah, see you later.